Branch Auto Group today, either in person or online, because when it comes to supporting the Bulldogs, we're all in. Tate Branch Auto Group, revving up the Bulldog pride. Go Bulldogs! Welcome back to our Tate Branch Fan of the Week halftime segment, halftime of the big game between Artesia and Cleveland. So glad you could join us today. Our Fan of the Week this week is Crystal Ramirez. Crystal, thanks so much for doing this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we've been getting to know Crystal before we started the interview. Born and raised right here in Artesia.
Raised in Artesia, Bulldog at heart, 100%. I was a band nerd, like they always say. My kids give me a lot of grief for it.
What instrument did you play in the band?
I played flute and piccolo, marching season, concert season, and I was the band sweetheart, as a matter of fact, so it was pretty cool to tell my kids that. It's neat.
Well, that's pretty cool. So who inspired you to get involved with the band?
I had a lot of older cousins that were in band and stuff, and so at the games we would watch my cousins play football, and then I had two older cousins that were in the band, and so we would watch at halftime, and so that's my kids' role now. Halftime, we sit, we watch the band, and third quarter, if you want to get up and leave, you can, but that's our deal.
Halftime is for the band parents,
yes.
So that's what we have to focus on. Did you do anything else in school? Were you in any other athletics or clubs or anything like that?
I wasn't in any athletics or anything. We did do a lot of like National Junior Honor Society and things like that. I was in choir. I'm very artsy, and so now I do like mums and homecoming type of things and do a lot of crafts and stuff.
Well, next week's going to be a busy week for you.
It's already been a busy 2 months for me. So
wow.
We usually do homecoming for Roswell, Goddard, Carlsbad, and now this next week is Artesia.
That's right. That's right. So what's the proper length of mum nowadays this year? The proper amount of stuff on the mum? How elaborate do we need to get?
It's outrageous. I had somebody ask me for a mum for their 8-month-old, and I thought, oh, how cute. It would be so tiny, a little bitty mom. And she was like, no, I want like a full length. I think it fits on me to like my waist. And so that was pretty fun to make because they like to find pictures on Pinterest or whatever and send them to me. And so there I am doing my mom's.
that poor kid, when he gets to be in high school, these pictures are going to come out.
I know. They're actually, one of the program giveaways is 2 mums that I'm raffling off this week, so that'll be fun. Yeah,
that's great. Now you work at Holly Frontier. What do you do for them?
I work in accounting.
Okay.
Yeah, so I work at Holly Energy Partners in accounting.
Holly Energy. Okay, I forget which.
But different.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And you're married?
I am. My husband Roger, he works for Central Valley Electric, and I have 2 kids. Sarita's 14, and my son Jesse is 9.
Okay. Now you were telling us that your husband seems to be like a fan of another team. What's up with that?
He is just Mr. Anti-Bulldog, and I am the complete 180 of I go to every home game, and my wardrobe consists of orange, and it's just we're totally opposite ends of the spectrum, but he supports me, and he's gung-ho Bulldog the Fridays that we're gung-ho Bulldog. My car is orange, so.
Well, good for you. And your kids, are they thinking about athletics, or what are your kids doing?
My oldest, she's very artsy. She likes to read. She's very artistic. And my youngest, he's just a big boy, so he's very much into rough and tumble sports and getting dirty and banging kids around and stuff. So hopefully that's in his future.
Sure, that's pretty neat. Now, you have a button on. Who is that?
This is my nephew, Adrian Ramirez. He's a senior this year, and he's number 63.
Okay, and hopefully he's doing well for the Bulldogs.
Yes, hopefully he's getting his run of his money anyway.
That's great. Now I want to go back to the band just a little bit. So you were in the band. Who was your band director? Was that Mr. Dillon?
It was Mr. Dillon. It was the first year they actually moved here. And so I was a 9th grader, and he and Mrs. Dillon decided to make our high school band bigger, and so they brought in a few kids from ninth grade to go to high school. And so we used to take the bus every morning and meet with all the high school kids. I think there was 8 of us, and so that was an experience being a freshman in high school. But yeah, I loved him so much, and Miss Dillon as well. I still, every time I run into her, she's like, "Oh my gosh, Crystal!" And so I always have a good time catching up with her.
That's good. And of course, you got a 1 every time in the competition, right?
Every time except one time.
What?
I think it was the second year they were here. I think they got a 2, but it was like, it was just this huge thing. And after that, he was like, "That is never happening again." And so, yeah, it was a good experience anyway.
Sure. So of all the places you got to march, Bulldog Bowl, I'm sure, is a special place to march as a band, but were there any other trips or games or experiences in the band that you remember?
I think we took one really good trip, and it was to Corpus Christi. We went to Corpus Christi, South Padre Island, and we got to march up there, and that was like pretty memorable, just to be with all my friends. And I think it was my junior or senior year of high school, so it was nice.
They have a little bit of humidity and stuff down there,
A
don't
little
they?
bit. Yeah, just a little bit.
Did you get to go see the aircraft carrier, or was it all business down there?
You know, I think it was all business. We did what we had to do. We went and explored South Padre for a little while, but it was nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
So I bet you can't wait to see if your kids get involved in sports, and then even after they graduate, I'm sure you're gonna.
Yeah, I hope they do something. I know my son, he's like, "Mom, what does that do? And, what is percussion?" And he's very interested. And I went to school at New Mexico State, and I was in the band there. And so I just loved it. It's, 400 people as compared to 50 people here. So it's an experience for sure.
Did you get to take any trips with the Aggie band?
We did not. I didn't participate too much long. I think I did like a year and a half or something. So it wasn't crazy, but I know they did take a lot of trips out of the country. Yeah.
So they get to do some of those things. So we have a Bulldog band member, an Aggie band member, and a Bulldog mom. So and a mum maker to boot. So that's pretty awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, we have a couple gifts for you for being our fan of the week.
Thank you.
We have from Tom at the Adobe Rose. We have a $50 gift card from the Adobe Rose. So I want
so
to
much.
give that to you there.
Thank you.
And then we have this very special mug, Bulldog's #1 fan, Tate Branch Fan of the Week, and that is just for you,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
not your husband.
He will not dare take my orange cup. So thank you.
Where do people find your mugs? How do they call you?
I have a Facebook page. It's called Glitter Mom Lady, and so it's on Facebook. And Crystal Ramirez is my Facebook page. I had to stop taking orders though, just because I'm so busy right now. But yeah, you can usually catch me there, and people usually order their mums this year and then order for next year too. So
I was going to say, you probably need to order for next year.
yeah, it gets pretty crazy, especially, the day of the parade. Everyone's calling me like, "Do you have extras?" And it gets pretty hectic, but it's fun.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, Crystal, thank you. Congratulations
Thank you so
on being
much. I
our.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for being our fan of the week. If you've got a suggestion for a fan of the week, call Perry here at Tate Branch, and who knows, they may be next week's fan of the week when we do our next broadcast. And I think have we picked out a Jeep for us yet? I'm not quite sure which one we want to get, but there's some beautiful cars.
Oh
here.
yeah, I'll take the white one.
There you go. All right, we'll get you back to the second half in just a moment.